Alrighty. Looks like everything is going. Let's pause that. Or not pause it, just make it go away. Can everybody see and hear me? Is it coming through the screen there? I know there's about a little bit of a delay. That's how it always is. It's not as instantaneous as the YouTube setup was. Still looking to, I don't know, see if we can make things better. But we'll get there eventually. It's all good, Dave T. You know, Dave T. Everything is good. Everything is always good. So, Barry, thanks for joining. Dwarf Fortress, Strike the Earth. I mean, if that's your vibe, then hey, man, more power to you. Let's see, we should be live. Volumes on or streaming. Take a look at everything else. We'll wait for some folks to get in here, like we normally do. About an hour. I dedicate of my time to you guys. So we got 17 people watching. If we could get somebody to give us a comm check, to make sure you guys can hear me all good, that would be great. And then we'll get talking. See if anybody's got any questions on the old Instagram. A lot of comments. Are you ever gonna stock parts again? Check out the black. What did they say? Let's do a couple more check-ins real quick. Check the Instagram. Just Logan, yeah, I forgot they were up there. I'll tell you the most disappointing part about going outside, working in a shop and stuff like that is, especially during the summer, is you go outside and oh Janie, and you go outside, you got to put your shades on, protect yourself from the glaring rays of the sun, and you got safety glasses that don't do anything for you. Let's see what else we got. Loud and clear. Dwarf Fortress is asking about the owner's experience. We'll talk about that. That's for sure. Get people going on that. All right. So, let's see. We got 22 people watching. We demand owner's experience. See, yeah, and it's interesting to see because I've gotten a lot of interest about it from folks that weren't there actually, and it's interesting to see people share their experiences with other folks, and then those other folks are wanting to come in and check it out. So 23 is definitely going to be nice. Mo Lowy. Lowy. I don't know what OE23 is, but I demand info too. That's awesome. Okay. Well, while we're getting people to come in, and this is recorded, I need to post not last month, the month before, up on the YouTube. So this will get posted on YouTube, and then we will definitely be able to reshare that. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. I'm seeing the comments come in. We'll be able to reshare this live. You're probably watching it right now on YouTube, after the fact. So sit down, grab a snack, grab a drink, if you will. I've got some water in this one. And we'll do some talking. Tonight is basically about 2023, what we've got going on, what are some things that are different from 2022 or 2020 or 2019 or 2021, and where things are at in 2023. What big things have we done? What are some news and so on? People are asking about the, is it over here? No, it's over here. That guy. So that is, I guess it's not an A4 because it's got a detachable. Well, it is an A4, detachable carry handle. We might pull that off and play with it, but basically it's just there for show and tell. This is the, as you can see behind me, that's the photo booth. That's where we take really high-end photos. Well, I don't. Danny O'Leary is who does that, and he's a fantastic photographer. If you guys ever need any projects done, he's on the owners groups and stuff like that. You can definitely hit him up. His rates are affordable from what I understand. He also does things like design work, makes logos. If you have a business need a new logo, hit him up. But he's our in-house design guy, one of the sales reps that you talk to on a daily basis. So basically what we're going to be talking about tonight is what's going on in 2023, and where is that? What does that mean for the commercial market for you guys and the other people in the international market? We might talk about this guy up here a little bit. This is nothing special. It's nothing too crazy, but this is probably in the office here. For the guys that go out on demos, this is our favorite gun. And I'll point out some features about why it is, and there's some neat things about it, and some of the life it's had. But I guess we'll start with owner's experience. OE23, that is owner's experience, or more specifically the LMT Defense owner's experience. So we did one last year. The owner's experience is basically an event where select few individuals, basically whoever buys their ticket the fastest when they do go for sale, we limit it to about 30 individuals, come out for an extended weekend. With myself, we had Rob Wood, LE lead out there, Austin Garvin, one of the guys from the sales and our key account manager, he was out there. And then last year we had a special guest from the engineering team, Mike. So he came out and did all that stuff with us. Basically, for the weekend, what we do is we put you guys up in accommodations and go out to the range. We set up special events to simulate kind of what our main customer base being the defense industry, what they go through when they are buying product from LMT. What kind of simulations can we present to you to show you how these get used on a daily basis by people outside the commercial market. So last year what we had done was we had day one. Now none of this is really a training class. Everybody learns things, but we don't focus on education as much as we do the experience of shooting. So we appreciate anybody that comes out and has experience already. We really don't want you to buy a gun, your first gun, come out and do this, because you're going to be playing catch up the whole time. So what we did on the first day is doing some basic zeroing, making sure everybody's guns were on site. You bring out your LMT and basically show it off. This is a great time to get in front of fellow owners and show off what your build is. This light, I don't know. I'm trying to figure this out for you guys so you can see things and stuff. I don't know. So basically you come out and so this is good. This one, I don't know what I'm doing. Hey, let's try that. Let's see if that works. So you come out and with your gun, do some zeroing, and then we do a lot of shooting on the move. We'll shoot from behind. Now this one's hot. I don't. Gosh, you know who does really good videos? Clint from Classic Firearms. He's my hero. He doesn't know it, but he is. Um, so did some shooting on the move from behind barricades and cover and stuff like that. We did some drills, if you will. Then we progressed into the night where we did some night shooting. So the fine folks at OpsCore, Gentex, if you will, and TNVC had donated some badass night vision, some badass helmets, lasers. We had stuff out there from B.E. Myers. We had their malls. Put those on the guns. And if you have your own rig, your own night rig, you were invited to bring that out. Unfortunately, a lot of my stuff and the other guys' stuff that was our personal stuff all got lost in transit. We eventually got it back home and everything is safe. But yeah, I know, Mo. I want the light in front of me, but I don't want it to be too hot. It's weird. Just we'll figure it out. Anyways, so we did some night shooting. Next day, we did. Well, I guess it was the same day or something like that. We did force training, but it wasn't really, shooting at your buddies and stuff like that. It was more. We went into a school complex and with simunition rounds and stuff like that, and use some of the tactics that we learned on the flat range inside of a closed building. We had targets set up. There were strobe lights and fog machines. There were some instructors that were kind of giving pointers and stuff like that, but it was basically put your skills to work, things that you had already learned. And in this school, we had scenarios where, like, all right, gunshots are going off. And you can really see where people start understanding what firearm usage means for other people. People were taking a lot of time. I was following some groups through, and I'm like, hey, man, pretend your kid's in this building. There's an active shooter. Why are you moving so slow? That sort of stuff. You got to use violence action and things like that. And that's some stuff we had learned. Obviously, you can only go as fast as safely can be done because you're no good to anybody if you get shot and killed because you're stupid. So that's what we did for one day. And then we went, did some long range stuff off a tower. We could shoot out to about 1,000 meters. Had steel everywhere. It was a long range playground. Then obviously shooting off the tower from elevated, that was really cool. And then later on, we did some machine gun shooting. We brought out all of our full autos and let people rip on them. Other people had some full autos and they wanted to move some stuff around on our uppers and just see how things went. But generally very cool. All the meals were provided. You didn't have to worry about anything other than providing a little bit of ammo. We let you shoot some specialty guns. We had 14.565 out there, so we had a real L129 with the ACOG, the issued ACOG, and people were shooting that out to 1,000. It was a very unique experience, and yeah, you can go anywhere and shoot guns, but what this was you were shooting with like-minded LMT individuals, other owners. You got to meet people from across the country. We had a gentleman from Peru that was there. That was really cool. And he represented one of our customer bases down there. So definitely a fun experience. It was more fun if you were in the barracks setup because you got to hang out with me, listen to or smell all my farts all night long. And, it was just general good revelry. If you were ever in the military or something like that, you kind of have an idea of what that was like, where you have that base style environment. Dudes running around in their underwear and stuff at 2 a.m. playing grab ass. It was a lot of fun. Nobody complained that I know of, or nobody at least complained to me. But then there was the condos. Now, some details on 23. We will not be in Florida again. That complex, I believe, has changed ownership again. I believe, I'm not really sure. I've lost touch with the owners, a couple of guys that I know down there. say things have changed a little bit. It's not the same. So we have found a new place. We are working the details out. I'll just give you a location, a general location. We're looking at Tennessee, and we are shooting for mid-March. Now I'm still in all the works of pricing and all that stuff, so I'm hoping to have all that wrapped up here in the next couple weeks. That way we can get tickets up for sale. It's not going to be right after shot. It's not going to be. Last year we had a problem with everybody from Texas got screwed by the weather, so we want to do it far enough outside the winter months. Obviously in the Midwest, winter is still full on in March, but what we want to do is make sure everybody can travel. This location is looking optimal for driving for nearly everybody that came except for the folks that came from the West Coast. There are some guys that'll have to probably fly in from the Northeast or like down south in Florida area. You'll probably have to fly in. But if you want to drive, it's not horrible. We'll be driving from Iowa. It's going to be about 8 or 9 hours. But that means we have all of our gear. We have everything we need. There's no issues. We don't have to worry about trimming down. We can bring extra stuff. So. But definitely, Tennessee is going to be a fantastic place. I love Tennessee. I'm a big fan of the Knoxville area and around Oak Ridge, especially. That's a beautiful, beautiful area of the country, and we've got a really cool off-road park there. If you're into off-roading, check out Windrock. Very cool establishment. I think it's the largest publicly owned off-road park in the country. So if you're into that kind of stuff, which most all the gun guys I know are, check it out. Excuse me. So those are the only details I can share right now. I'm thinking mid-March. Mid-March, Tennessee. And there is, don't hold me to anything, we're working the details out. One of two things are going to happen. We will have a driving course set up where we can live fire from vehicles or live fire from a helicopter. We're working on that. It'll probably be an option or it'll be included. It all depends on the pricing and what we figure out. It'll be everybody does it, or if you pay extra, you can do that. It's really dependent on pricing and what the staff there is able to accommodate. So far, they've been super open in our initial communication, and it's really on me at this point. I've been super busy with Black Friday, Thanksgiving, just a bunch of stuff getting ready for SHOT. Stuff here at the shop. Anybody that's in the industry knows that the end of the year is always a slam for getting stuff out the door and finishing up on projects, getting ready for the new year. So so we got that out of the way. If you guys have any questions, I'm going to start reading some of these and answering stuff. Let me see if we ain't in the heli, we ain't hit the telly. Yeah, definitely ask any questions if you have about the owner's experience. We'll talk about some other stuff as we get going here. I'll answer them. Jimmy says, Jimmy T. Nuggets. I love that Facebook group shit on LMT, but still buy all the LMT goodness. Jeff 291 is just me, or is video not working? Jeff, let me know. It seems to be working for other people. Let's see. Latina mama doesn't want to see Aaron again in the swamps. Oh boy. Mo says the picture looks good. The adjustable gas valve for 308 piston. Oh yeah, so JW is asking about. Yes, so uh, asking about the piston, updated piston valve for the piston 16-inch barrels, 308 barrels that went out. Those all had single position plugs. We are developing a good two-position plug that'll work with. So that was developed obviously for one customer alone. The two-position plug that we have may not work well with all commercial ammos. So what we're trying to do in suppressor systems is develop a good porting system for that, and with good commercial opportunities, and then release that. It will be out soon. It'll be out by the time we have a next big run of piston barrels, and possibly a complete piston rifle in the catalog. We'll see. Hello, I saw MRGGS barrels released at Dealers of Democracy. Great company, by the way. We're 20-inch, not 18 as I thought. I heard they would be. Will kill future drops of 20 or 18, and if 20-inch, will that new lighter contour replace the heavier one? Thanks for all the work throwing these live streams together. Alfredo, thank you for joining. First off, I'm not sure. I don't think I had dropped it when we were talking about details of MRGGS, but it's always been 20. Now the new lighter profile was something that came in late in the contract for that when we were going to user eval. They had changed the requirement for the weight. It started off with the weight was without suppressor. Now it was the weight with the suppressor. Now our suppressor wasn't that heavy, but it did put us slightly over, so we reprofiled those barrels to get them lightweight. We also did some lightening to the upper receiver. You'll see those if you did pick up any of those upper receivers. Weren't very many of them with the forward assist. Very cool rig if you were able to get it, but the barrels are definitely nice. Now, we probably will not be doing an 18-inch 6.5 that I know of, at least not commercially. I know that there has been some talk about an 18.65 for some customers internationally as well. But that 20-inch is a good barrel to get set up with. Nice thing about that, and I'll get to give you some details on it if there's still any available or enough to drive up the secondary market on Gunbroker, is those are all chambered for XM1200, which is a new high-pressure 6.5 round that SOCOM developed specifically. It has a Berger hybrid bullet. I believe it was a 139 grain, 140, something like that. Just a nasty little 6.5 round. The cool thing about those, if you got one that's T-marked on the laser engraving on the barrel, those have a timed gas port inside the lands and grooves. Very hard to do, very expensive, and yeah, very neat. Yeah, cool barrels, and not something that will be commercially available. So definitely check one out. Jimmy T Nuggets is on. Force on Force live fire. Winner becomes a new Carl Lewis. Doesn't really work like that, but nice way to think about it. 2 a.m. Grab fun times, he says. I like some of the screen names you guys come up with here. Let's see. Gonna repeat my previous question. Got an L129 patch. You said you were going to be making other patches for the Rahi New Zealand rifle. Is that going to happen? Yes. I don't know if we'll do the Rahi, but we'll definitely be doing the New Zealand rifle. That'll look cool with the grenade launcher because that'll be set up in that full kit. Basically, what we're going to do is we have to. I really want to sell out of or get close to selling out. We got a bunch of those L129 still. Once we get down on those, then we'll buy some of the New Zealands, and then we'll take a look at some other stuff. Sammy is saying that the live doesn't work on his phone, but works on computer if those having trouble. Yeah. Grant is asking, will more MRGG uppers be released? So yes and no. That's a yes and no. I'm gonna answer this question while going to the website real quick because I want to see if it works on my phone, the live. Um, that's a two-part question, Grant. So yes, we will be doing um, um, MRGG style. So the original one that dropped, what's called the 15.5, is uh, LMT Live right there. So let's see. That's the long upper. The big difference between the MRGGS upper, the contract one, and the what was released is the Ford Assist. The Ford Assist will not be a commercial model. We'll only be focusing on the. Seems to be working on mine. Let me just kick the sound on real quick and just. Yeah, I got no issues on mine. So, I don't know, maybe it's your phone. Probably don't have an Apple. Oh, speaking of that, this is what happens when you film ejection of a machine gun. Yeah, it just broke the glass right out of there, so I have to figure out how to replace that. That's fun. So, MRGG uppers, the 15.5 M-Lock will be a standard catalog item. We will not be doing any more with Ford Assist. So if you got one of those, good job. If you don't, no worries, because there's a lot of guys that are torn between that. Like, do you need a Ford Assist? Should you have a Ford Assist? Um, Eugene Stoner never thought of Ford Assist. There's this famous video of him banging on a Ford Assist and how he said it was so stupid. Some guys like it, some guys don't. So, he doesn't answer timelines for his stock. Oh, Tank said, when can we expect spec war uppers? So, I'll let you know, Tank. We're working on getting uppers back out again. But the big thing with these lives and stuff like that, and I'm not coming down, maybe education for everybody, is I get asked nearly every day, when are things going to be available? And the big thing is we've got so much going on in our shop, and the smallest disruption can really interrupt that. Or, we've got contracts that come in and go out depending on what time of the year, what's going on in what country. So nothing is ever really set until it's set. Lately, we've been doing really good with deliveries to the big dealers. Titan Defense, B1 Tactical Rooftop Defense, Saul. Hey, what's up, buddy? The guys down at Big Tex Ordnance, Boss Firearms, Primary Arms. I know I'm missing a couple other ones. Classic Pistol up in PA. Those guys up there. Great store. We have been selling from our stock when it gets in. Now, a lot of people are saying, oh, you never have anything in stock. You never do anything. Well, it's because we're supplying dealers. If you only look at LMT website for LMT product, that's going to be an issue. We have a dealer network. We don't supply only our website. If we did that, we would be very narrowed on our customer base. So we have to spread out and keep that customer base wide and varied, and that's why we use dealers. They have their markets in their regions, or whatever their web traffic can really pull in. So it's good for everybody. They make money, we make money. Customers are seeing product. There's competition. There's healthy competition, so you're able to buy stuff sometimes cheaper than what it is on the website. So that's why we get into this. Give us the goddamn manufacturing schedule for the next 12 months. Yeah. Anyways, that's the heart of it. I get asked, and it's posted almost everything on Instagram, is nothing is in stock. Nothing is in stock on your website. Well, the neat thing about the website is we had for Black Friday, we had 12-inch spec wart barrels, 12-inch or 12.5, 12-inch piston barrels, 5.56. We had upper receivers. We had short ones, regular M-lock ones. We had some 308 ones. Um, we had enhanced carriers. There's 10.5 300 blackout barrels. Now, it wasn't just fully stocked spec wart uppers and enhanced bolt carrier groups. That's what everybody wants, but those are the high things that are in demand. They're already sold. I'm not putting those on sale. If I had spec wart uppers, they wouldn't be Black Friday item. They would be up there as a normal item because, you know, just business sense. Why would you take the one item that people are paying $1,000 more than retail for and put it on sale? People will be happy just paying regular price and not getting scalped on gunbroker. So that's what we would do. But we are looking at, we've got some production runs coming up of both long quad, the MLR, and the spec wart upper. So keep your eye on those maybe the next couple of months. But we did drop, I think, 2 releases of spec wart upper this year, which is pretty good. All right. Couple more questions, and then we'll get into more about 23 because we're halfway through the show. Small talk about general expected state of logistics in 23 compared to 22. That's what we're after here, Lotus, Lotus, or Lotus, whatever your name is. Basically, what we're looking at for 23 is the one big hurdle for production is gone. The Estonia contract. We have finished that up. No more production is being put towards Estonia. The last shipment is ready to go out the dock. Now, we will still maintain a relationship with Estonia, just like we do with UK, just like we do with New Zealand, just like we do with all of our international partners. We will maintain a relationship. We'll be selling and making parts for years to supply them with upgrades or replacement parts for broken parts or something like that as they go through their lifespan. With that being said, we have so much open capacity. Now there's a couple things that we have going on. We've got some other international stuff, small things, 1,000 units here, 500 units there, 2,000 units over here. The one big contract that we have going on, this is why it brings up this, is if you didn't know, we won a big U.S. DoD contract for M203s. So they're both a 12-inch, like this guy back here. One's for the M4, one's for the M16. So that's public knowledge. There's nothing you can see that, but that is our big contract right now. And the neat thing about that contract, though, is it doesn't require a lot of the same machinery that this uses. So the lowers, the uppers, barrels, all made on different machines. So just because we have this big contract going does not mean we will be inundated like we have been when we were making rifles. So for 23, we have a lot of open capacity. You will be seeing more barrels, more uppers, more lowers, more bolt carrier groups. And we do have some fine tuning to do while we are improving this commercial flow. We're also improving our quality. We just hired a new quality manager. She's coming in to do big things. So we're really looking forward to having her on the team. With that, we're growing the existing team. So a lot of the guys that are still here are revitalized. And I think that by adding more people to the team, it's not this person or that person. We're just adding more people to a better overall team and improving the quality that comes out of LMT Defense. You can never have more people inspecting parts or looking at parts or knowing better ways to make things and make it to your standards. So we will have a revitalized look at quality, making sure we catch those parts before they get out to you guys. Because when everything is one single part, one gun, the Estonia rifle or something. It's very easy to quality stuff. But when we're pushing out little stuff here and there, it things can slip, and they do. I'll apologize until I'm blue in the face for those mistakes, but I'm not gonna. Hey Ben, what's up, man? Can't defend everything. Sometimes it just is what it is, and that's unfortunate. But we make it up with good customer service. Try to maintain that. That customer service and let you know that we're here for you to talk to you. The team up here, we have a new sales rep that came on. Great young man. He came from commercial counter sales, actually. And what that means is he worked at your local gun shop, basically, and did that for, I think, 5 or 6 years. So he has some experience knowing what you guys expect. So when you call in, you might talk to some new guys. Aaron is still going to be handling a lot of our customer service, but we have some new processes and procedures that are going in place to improve everything. So all that being said, open to capacity, revitalized quality control and quality department, not just for checking parts that are going out the door, but checking parts at machines. So a lot of that is updated. We've got a new barrel cell that's now has what was her name? Regina or Reggie or Gina or Gina, whatever. New robot, basically. Regina the robot. That is a load and go system. So basically what a load and go system, it's just a robot that'll load bars into a machine that are rifled, drilled, and all that stuff for profiling. That is a very technical machine that needs constant operation, constant loading, but we did not have a workforce that could run it on all 3 shifts. It was only being run on first. So now barrels are getting increased production. We could rifle all day, but profiling was where the bottleneck is. We have a brand new upper cell that can do. We could do. Oh man, I'm trying to think of how many, like on the pallet. So basically, it's got a pallet changer system. If you're familiar with machining and how that works, or if you've ever seen a video on a CNC machine, the part in the machine that's holding the part that's getting machined on, that holding fixture, if you will, in most things is called a pallet. And then on there you'll put fixturing to hold your parts. Well, that pallet in a vertical machine, which is where your parts are all stacked vertically and or horizontally, I'm sorry, and then the machine comes down from the top and goes like that. That's a vertical CNC. Then they have horizontal CNCs where everything is stacked vertically, and then your machining head comes in from the side and it machines on all your parts like this. And actually, when you see a machine running and that tool's going over and it's machining everything, the tool is actually stationary. This is the neat part that you don't really see. The table is moving around the tool and everything it needs to do. So that pallet can hold, I want to say it can hold 16 uppers, 8 uppers at a time, and then there's 2 identical ones. So while one's being unloaded by the operator, another one goes in and is machining. So the machining never stops. So when you have a traditional open the door, unload the parts, put the parts in, close the door, we can go twice as fast now. The neat thing with this pallet is just by changing a program, we can switch from one type of upper, like a 308 upper, to a 556 upper, which has completely different fixturing. So now, in the process, it never stops machining. We can change up what parts we're machining just by program. This is a game changer for a lot of stuff. Now, getting in there and automating the system is still a goal, but automation is a big deal and costs a lot of money. And it's definitely something that takes a while to get set up. When it is set up, it is efficient. So that's something we're looking at. Um, anyways, uh, shell, Ines shell or whatever. Does that mean less M203 receiver drops for 2023? No, it doesn't mean less for 2023. Person asked, if we're doing contract work on grenade launchers for 23, does that mean less will go out to the commercial market? Not necessarily. What that means is we have a focus on it, so we could run commercial stuff side by side. With the exception of small details for the government parts, they're all the same as what we currently make. So you're not buying a different product. You're buying essentially the same product. There are some government callouts and specifications that are a little bit different because they have a very specific print. The LMT commercial product is nearly 99% that. So we can run congruously the government part and then back to back with the commercial part. So I would think that we might see more M203 stuff for 2023. Don't quote me on that. It's just one of those things that I'm hoping for. So that's a big update for 2023. No major contracts for rifles. We do have a couple mediocre size. We got a couple big ones on the horizon that we are chasing, and we are definitely wanting to get involved in. But as of right now, commercial production, it seems to be opening right back up. Joe's Toes. So when and where is the next owner's experience? The details I have right now, mid-March, Tennessee. Planning for that. I got an ODG MWS Mars H DMR with an 18-inch barrel from Titan Defense the other day. What's up with that gun coming out of nowhere? Is it a contract overrun? Might have been. That might have been if it was a Cerakote one. If that is the one that I'm thinking, Cerakote one, that was custom built. There was like 5 of them, I think, for an LE dealer, if you will. Not a dealer, but like a distributor for LE agencies. And they had a custom order for that. And then when they finally got shipped, the person who had taken the order is no longer here. The person who received the order on there, or give us the order on their end, is no longer there. So we had 2 individuals that had knowledge of where these guns were ordered, what department had ordered these, and they basically said, send them back. We're not interested. We don't have an open order for these. So we said, okay. We took them back, and very cool guns, easy to flip out to the commercial market. Not a contract overrun per se. They were a custom build for an LE department that must have canceled their order or moved on to something else. And you guys get the benefit from that. And Jimmy, you got to say, don't quote me on that, because I don't know why people quote you on that. Sperry, you might get flashbanged at OE23. This is your only warning. Bring it on, man. I'll just have a taser in my back pocket. Someone sent me a picture of their toes last time. That was weird. Maybe it was Joe's toes. Quote me on that, but I have no response. I don't know. It's green. That's what I think would happen, Lotus. All right. Giveaway time. This is going to be... this is a unique thing. What I want you to do, and this is not for the live viewers. This is for people after I post this. I'm going to try to post it up tomorrow on YouTube. Okay? All I just need you to do is, 1, go over to LMT AT Facebook or Instagram. do the Facebook too. Let's do both of them. You have to like and subscribe to both the AT Instagram, which is LMT.AT. Let's see here. Get rid of these Discover people. I hate when they do this. I don't care about people. I don't like people, really. So it's this one right here. You can see the logo up there, maybe. LMT.AT. You can see there's pictures and stuff of the suppressors. Like and follow both the Instagram and the Facebook. Then, when this video right here is posted to YouTube, I need you to like and comment in the video saying followed. Just say that. Just say followed. Or followed AT. Doesn't matter. Just say followed. And then from those people, all the people who are share the like on both pages and the follow get a chance to win this. This was a contract specific ion suppressor. So this one is, and I'll show you here. Let me pull this guy down. Don't fall. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. We're good. We didn't break anything. Okay. Ion 30. LMT AT Ion 30. That's the flagship can, 30 caliber. This on a 5.56. They run on Xeno devices, so you can use a dead air Xeno device or the little stuff it comes with. 30 cal ship with a 5/8 24, but use a 1/2x28 obviously. So this is the Ion 30. This is a long Ion 30, so you can see. Let me get here. Where's that? Right there. That is the size difference between these two. Okay. See if I can get a better representation. Right about there. Okay. So this has got 2 extra baffles in it, or 1 big baffle. Is it, how many baffles? It looks like it has 1 initially extra baffle and then 1 big one up here. So 2 extra baffles. This was a contract can that we had made for one of our first customers, and I had a couple overruns. So there's only one other dealer that I know of that has these, and that's Farrow's Lead Farm in Iowa. And I think he's out of them or might be running out pretty quick. So if you can't win this one, go buy one from him. But there's a lot of the standard Ion 30s at some of your hot dealers. But this one is serial number 88. And I'll show it to you because I don't care. People cover up their serial numbers all the time. It's stupid. Has the interchangeable cap and base. So the 1 3/8 by 24. So if you don't like to run the Xeno, you can run with its left-hand thread. You can run a chemo. You could switch it over to ASR. You could switch it over to Yankee Hill's got an adapter for it. You could switch it over to, well, there's a couple more. But anyways, D. Wilson Manufacturing. Well, actually, if you can find an old Surefire dummy can, he has a thing on his website where he'll turn down those and fit them for that base. So you can run a Surefire muzzle device on an ion suppressor. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, definitely like and subscribe to the LMT AT Facebook and Instagram, right? And then when this video is live, and you're probably watching it right now on YouTube, after you've done both of those, go ahead and comment following in this video for YouTube. And I will draw a winner before the end of the year for this. Okay? So you have 3 weeks. We'll call it 3 weeks. 3 weeks to do that. Now I'll make sure the video is up tomorrow or on December 7th, 1941. Date that'll live in infamy. and we will get this can out to one of you guys, and you be the owner of a new suppressor, one that you can't just buy. This is a, like I said, a contract can, 30 caliber, a little bit longer, very quiet, and low back pressure, so almost no back pressure. So, anyways, that's the giveaway for the night. Let me go over this little gun that I picked up here. So, I know I talked to you guys about this. This is one of the old Mars rifles, and you can see that at one point, this was actually marked with safe semi fire or safe fire auto, and we had milled it out and put the pictograms in there. So that's why you can see there's a little box around that, the pictogram. So this is an old Mars lower, serial number LXA 10133. So this is probably out of the first batch of Mars lowers ever made, in the first 150 at least, which we usually run about 300 at a time. So this is what we call the Quad God. And gosh, does this thing sing a lot of things. Look at the stuff coming out of the trigger guard. That's from oil and just stuff from shooting at the front. You can see there's a lot of copper, just stuff coming out of from running different types of suppressors. Right now this one is fitted with our Ion from one of our last shows, and it has the mini brake on it, I believe, or one of the new 3 prongs. I think it's got a mini. Lot of rounds. Yeah, mini brake on it. So we were at CanCon down in Georgia, and we were shooting this thing. Let people come up, shoot it full auto. It's probably seen, if I had to guess, 10 or 12,000 rounds, with the majority of being shot in full auto. At least 3/4 of it shot in full auto. The rail system up here, it's really hard to see. This is bad lighting for you, but this was out at Owner's Experience last year. I know there's pictures of people shooting it. It's updated with a new Patrol 6 HD from Loophole. This is a 1:6. Very nice little LPVO, because they're still cool. I don't know who said that LPVOs are canceled, but there's no cancel culture on a cool little LPVO like that. So nice optic. It's got backup irons on it. And a neat thing that everybody's like, oh, let's see the dust cover, or the ejection, or the brass deflector. So let me see if I can show you guys. Okay, so there's the brass deflector. Almost no brass on it. Now, it's probably because most of it's covered up by, well, this is how a lot of my guns end up looking. It's just the style of how the brass deflector is made, kind of on the MRP and how they cycle. But you can see there's that one little bright spot right at the edge of it, and just maybe a little bit of brass laid over. That's how my gun at home looks. I've got a Spec War as well that shoots primarily with an RC2 and a SOCOM 308 Mini 2. Or Mini? Just a Mini? 308 Mini? Yeah, so I've got a SOCOM 308 on it, and then a 5.56 RC2. That's what I shoot off of my gun, and my brass deflector looks like that. I don't know why all of a sudden people are concerned with looking at people's brass deflectors, but it is important. It lets you know people shoot. So this gun has seen a lot of different iterations. So it's got this LPVO on it. It did have an ACOG at one point. Before that, it had a Mark IV, Loophole Mark IV 3-18. It's had an Attacker 1-8 on it. It's had different types of lasers and flashlights. Right now, it has no flashlight or laser. But this gun, we call it the Quad God because it's a classic quad rail, our old MRP. has a 14.5-inch mid gas. This is one of the first commercial mid gases that we had, and it's just a smooth shooter. It runs real good. It's got a standard. Oh, I don't even want to look at it. I don't even want to show you guys. Gross. You can see how dirty that is. You can. Oh yeah, there's a good shot of it. You can see all the garbage on it. So, standard bolt carrier group. It is full auto, obviously, because we have a third pin in it. But we don't run enhanced bolt carrier groups in any of our stuff. There are some situations where we do run enhanced bolts and carriers. A lot of that revolves around direct M4 stuff. Very, very cool gun that everybody loves to shoot. And there's something about a long quad that just brings back the nostalgia. You can put stuff on it. It doesn't ever fall off. You don't have to worry about loosening M-lock rails or pick rails or fancy accessories that need to be screwed in with Allen keys, and you can't find the Allen key or you strip it out. But this gun right here is one of our shop favorites, and it does see a lot of the most use. Like I said, a little over 12,000 or 10,000 rounds. The majority of it being full auto, because we definitely get out to those shoots and let people play with it. But if you do come to the owner's experience for 2023, Quad God CG will be there, or QG will be there. So definitely come on out. Buy that ticket as soon as they're available, because you're going to want to do that. Besides that, let me see if I missed any comments. Following. Don't comment on here, because this comment channel goes away after the live is over. So comment on the main YouTube video for when this goes up. Okay. I'd love to do it from here. I can't import these comments over to YouTube, but we will do that eventually, or do something. Let's see. Whoever wins won't get it out in time for OE23. No, you won't. But what I can do for you is I have another one of these that is it was an old demo one, so it's been shot a little bit. What I can do is give you range time with it's a twin. So when you come out to the owner's experience, if you don't come suppressed, let's say you're from a state that doesn't do suppressors, California, Illinois. I know someone just commented about Illinois. If you come to the owner's experience and you don't have a suppressor or don't want to bring a suppressor, you won this guy, I will outfit your gun with its twin, and then you'll be able to keep the muzzle device on your gun afterwards, so you're ready to go for it when it does come out of ATF jail. But you will have a suppressor at owner's experience if you win this and you want to shoot it at owner's experience. So there you go. Best of luck to you. I think that's about it. We're at an hour, but I want to answer some more of your questions. I know a lot of people are on here. I know people are asking about the 9mm. Okay. Here's a quick and dirty update on 9mm. So, we are nearly at productionizing it. We want to make sure that it's ready. What we don't want to do is rush it. And it was supposed to be ready this fall. With everything we had going on, and some issues we ran into, and we had about 10 test models that were running, and we saw some inconsistencies between those 10 test models. A lot of it is based around feeding and cycling from Glock mags. Glock mags are notoriously inconsistent for feeding. However, we want to make that product perfect. We already said it's coming with Glock mags, so that's what we're working on. That being said, we've got a little bit of work still to do on it before it's at an LMT standard. You know, we want it to be as good as the Mars or an MRP gun or a piston gun or something like that. So that's not a piston gun. I don't know why I pointed at that. So it's coming. It's delayed. We will give you updates when we have more updates. But that's where we're at right now. So is the 3M lock slot still happening? Yes, it is. That is a catalog item. We just got to get into it. That is the L7 NX1A, I believe. But that'll be a catalog item. We'll have to update you guys when those are available. Can you do a down and dirty on what owner's experience is for some of us that have been there? So, Camo, I'll do a real quick down and dirty, but I have a better explanation for it at the beginning of the video, so you can go ahead and watch it again when it gets posted to YouTube. Owner's experience is an event where you buy a ticket to come out and shoot with a handful of individuals, myself, a couple other guys from sales, maybe an engineer. You shoot with us, and we put you, bring out your LMT rifle, we put you in a series of shooting environments, night shooting, long range shooting, CQB shooting, shooting on the move, shooting machine guns, shooting precision stuff. We might do heli and or driving or heli or driving shooting this year. But basically, it's an entire long weekend. Your food's provided. Your lodging is provided. All you got to do is show up, eyes and ears, positive attitude, a gun, and some of your own ammo for your gun. And we will get through a nice, fun weekend of just, it's interaction with other LMT owners. It's not a training class. You can't put a certificate on your office wall when you get home. This is just a cool, fun thing. We do a big giveaway at the end. Everybody gets swag. And last year we had a really cool challenge coin that was made by Adam Tarr down at Allegiant Rifle Works. Give him a follow, if you will. He's doing some cool stuff with EWS that you guys need to check out. So, yes, there's more details on it, but we should have tickets available for those if we can get everything done still here in December. We will post on it on the Instagram and Facebook. And then if you're interested, you will send in your email address. When you send in your email address, you will get a link to a private website page where you can buy a ticket for that item. It's not just open to everybody. You have to reply and say, I want to go. Send me the details, and then it'll be the price, what's included, where it's at, what are the dates, and you can buy it. It was an awesome event. We had nobody ask for a refund last year. Everybody was very happy with the turnout and the experience for the money, and I think it's a great value, and you'll definitely want to go do it. So, a couple more questions, then we're going to kill this thing and wrap up 2022. Piston 300 blackout barrels will never happen. The reason for that is because our piston block cannot fit under our rails. Until we develop a new type of piston block, which probably isn't going to happen anytime soon, we will not be doing a 300 blackout piston barrel because we do a really good DI. I don't think there's a whole lot of cause or need for a piston barrel on a 300 blackout. It's extremely low pressure. You're not getting choked out like you are on a 5.56 gas gun. So I think a piston barrel, the reason why it's done is because people, like on an MCX, it's already done. That's their operating system, is piston. That's why they have a piston barrel. You don't really need it on a gas gun. Just run DI. Can I put my Rahi barrel in a shovel nose up without cutting the bed nug? No, you cannot. Cut the bayonet lug off, or buy another barrel when you buy your shovel nose upper. The shovel nose upper is in fact clone correct for an Estonia rifle. You will need the 12-inch piston barrel if that's the way you want to go. That's for the other branch that bought rifles in Estonia. What is the main reason for producing two versions of MRGGS contract and commercial? The original contract did not require a forward assist. That was a later addition when they said that they had a forward assist model for the MRGGA, which is the Assaulter. They wanted a forward assist for that. They had no call out for a forward assist on the S. Later on, they did. That's why we offloaded the batches of the first ones. So the first ones that went out a year and a half ago, those were contract uppers, but we had to get rid of them because they needed forward assist. So the commercial version and the version that anybody will get going forward is a non-forward assist model. Clothing is required for attendance at the owner's experience. Would you be able to run MP5 mags on 9mm? As of right now, it's Glock only. When do us poor Euros get us some sweet LMT again? Those of us that aren't Estonian conscripts. Well, don't move to Estonia just to get an LMT rifle. Just let your agent know what you're after. I know we've got agents in most of the big countries, so definitely hit up your agent and see what your agent can do for you. What was the cost of the last owner's experience? I want to say it was right around $1,500. There are two price points. One, if you were staying in a condo. In a condo, you got a private bedroom and 2 out of 3 chance of having your own bathroom. That might have been $1,750, and then $1,500 was the cost if you were in the squad bay, which had grip showers, shooters with doors on them, so you got that. But you were sleeping on bunk beds right next to other dudes, and that was awesome. It was really cool, and the reason why I liked it, one, because I was in the military. I was in the United States Army, 13 Bravo, so any other red legs out there, so, good on you. But it was cool. Everybody brought their gear in. There was a locker. You could put your gear in the locker. Everybody was modding their guns out, messing with their night vision at 2 a.m., and it gave me the feels again. It was amazing. Loved it. If you were never in the military, you either will want to stay the hell away from the bays. This next place has no condos. So if you're not staying in the bays, you're paying for your own hotel somewhere else. And you're paying for that price to stay in the bays. If you choose to, like, I just don't feel comfortable with people seeing my skin and stuff like that, you're going to have to pony up for a hotel somewhere else because your price is included, housing is included with the price. But that's one of the things. If you don't like that, if you're not comfortable with it, one of two things: stay the hell away or jump right in. If you're never in the military and you want to know what that kind of feels like, come and join us in the owner's experience because it is a blast. You will never, it's like summer camp, but for men. It's amazing. It's really cool. We had fun. There was a big, party afterwards. We all got the beer out and stuff like that. Obviously, the gun's going away, but just come out. You'll have a great time. Thanks for doing QAs. You're the only company giving us this much insight. Business. Please continue in 2023. All right. So here's the future of the QAs. I have a new young daughter. My daughter Annabeth came around in March of this year. With that, I have a very tight schedule. So, I used to be able to spend hours after work. Now I have more obligations, on the family side. So, with that being said, a lot of the QAs are going to be harder to do. That's why you've seen me kind of falling off this year with the ability to do to keep up with them. I'm going to try to keep up with them this upcoming year. They might not be every month. They might be quarterly. I don't know yet. We'll see what we can do when we get into it. But it is hard to stay busy. Or, possibly I'll conscript one of the other guys to do it. Austin, I think, would be fun to have on here. So if you call in and you want Austin to do it, bug him about it. So if you call in and you're like, hey, I just need to pick up a roll pin or something like that, and you get Austin, tell him he needs to start doing these. Or at least join me. It's fun. We had Aaron on here once. That was awesome. Dudes rock. Who wouldn't want to buck up Joe? Logan, it's just in Tennessee. I'm not going to give you any more details right now. West, Middle, East doesn't matter. You'll figure it out. Group showers. All right, congratulations. Make her do the Q&A. She wouldn't like it. She would just grab the screen the whole time like that. Oh yeah. Guess what parts I was playing with today. If you don't know, you've never cleaned your rifle. Anyways, it's late. I gotta get home to my family. You gotta get back to your family. I appreciate you guys joining us and jumping on this QA, learning some stuff, checking out the guns, giveaway time. So remember, like and subscribe both on the AT Instagram and Facebook. And then when this video is on the YouTube, go ahead and just comment following. Of those people that do all three things, you will have a chance to win this before the end of the year. And I will let you know, and maybe I'll announce that person publicly on the next one in January if they want to do it. Besides that, thank you for everything that you guys have come to LMT with. We appreciate your business. We appreciate the relationships we've made with customers and friends and people that we even think are family. You know, we've got really good customers, both commercially and on the dealer side. And we can't thank you enough for being part of our family, our group. And that's really what it comes down to. You know, I do this stuff because I know that you guys appreciate it. If you didn't appreciate it, I wouldn't do it. So because you like it, because you want, you know, whatever, share it with your friends and stuff like that. Tell them it's cool to see some fat guy on the internet gab for an hour once a month about stuff he knows nothing about. So definitely want to show our appreciation for that. So giveaway on the Suppressor. We will definitely see you guys in 2023. Definitely come on out to SHOT Show if you're going to be there. That's middle of January in Vegas. Stop by the booth. Bring me a sugar-free Red Bull because I'm going to need it. It's going to be a long show, I have a feeling. So that being said, if you don't hear from me before, have a Merry Christmas. Or happy holidays, whatever you celebrate with whatever God you choose. For godly heathens like me, I will sit there and stare at my tree, drinking an entire pint glass of rum chata while eating my children's Christmas cookies, which is never a good thing to do. Don't do that. But I have done it because I'm a man, and that's what men do. They sacrifice for their families. That being said, thank you guys, and have a great rest of your year, and we will see you all next time.